Welcome to the conversation.
How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you been?
Yeah, I've been good. Just enjoying the beautiful British weather.
It's been teasing us, It's been teasing. You get like a day of sun followed by like 2 days of rain, but at least it's not like a week of rain, so it's a little improvement in it.
I know. I feel like other people are constantly checking the weather app to see, oh, see it's going to be sunny tomorrow.
Hmm.
They're excited. I don't care because it could say sun, but it
Yeah,
probably missed out the fact that it's going to rain and possibly have
yeah,
snow later on, and it could be a storm.
yeah. Full respect to people. Like I get like people come to my work and they're like, "Oh, it's meant to be like meant to have a heat wave like next weekend, or it's meant to be like snowing or whatever." I'm like, I don't even know the weather today. Like, how are you?
yeah,
How
yeah.
are you checking the weather 2 weeks in advance? But
Like,
I just wing it on the day, man. I've learned living here, you just gotta get up and expect everything all in one day.
yeah, I feel like weather. I feel like the British weather itself is one of those things. If you were in a relationship with it, it would be a narcissist. Because it's
Unpredictable.
very unpredictable. Then you have people telling you that this is going to happen. Then it decides to do something else.
Yeah. Do you know how many times I've been gaslit by a sunny morning, I don't wear a coat, I go to work, and I get soaked on my way back into the car because it's torrential rain? Like,
Um,
what's going on? Or
bro,
vice versa. It looks freezing, great. I
yeah,
double up on my jacket, hoodie, jacket, everything. By the time I get to work, I'm sweating
you're
because the
sweating.
sun's out. You're like, whoa.
No,
Yeah,
that is
it's
true. Because one of the questions I always get asked every day, it's quite annoying. It's different for you, but
mm,
when I go to work, right, got my thermal on, I've got my work top, I've got maybe a fleece and my jacket. You know,
mm, wrapping up.
I'm dressed for what I've known for the British weather to be like.
Yeah.
I'm not doing all this. Oh, the weather looks great. Then I have people asking me, "Oh, are you dressed for winter?" Then like,
Every day is winter.
then I'm like, "Oh, is every day not winter?" Then they're like, "Oh, it's not that cold." And I'm like, "Is it summer?" You know, people be judging you for dressing for the weather.
Yeah,
Like it's winter, so I'm dressed for winter, and you're asking me, "Are you dressing for the snow?"
yeah,
But yeah, it is annoying.
it is.
Let's start with one embarrassing moment you like to share. It can be childhood or it
Mhm.
can be adult.
I was in year 6. This is how far back we're going, right? And it was during sex education, which they give to bloody 9-year-olds. I don't know why, but we were going through we were getting shown the sex education video, and I remember confidently getting up in the middle of this class, pretty angry as well, and I was so confident in trying to
Explain.
explain to this teacher that what you're saying is wrong, like. And I remember them just kind of sitting me down and all the kids laughing at me, and my teacher was like, "Well, how were you made then?" So that still haunts me to this day. It's quite deep, but that's probably the most embarrassing thing that's happened to
I
me.
mean, I was hoping to have some laughter, but you just went straight for it.
Okay, yeah.
Bloody hell. Bloody hell. No, obviously, I can understand why the confusion because cultures are different
Mhm,
and what's taught in school is very different. And you are coming from a different country totally together that has a different education system,
mhm.
you know. But hats off to you for sticking to what, not what's true, but sticking to what you've been taught,
Yeah,
and standing up for it. So hats off to you, regardless
had
if,
to be done. I was a brave 9-year-old.
yeah, that was quite brave for you. You stood on that hill alone, even though you were wrong.
It was a very lonely hill, I must say.
But yeah,
What about yourself?
because I can share mine, then maybe
Yeah.
you can follow because mine right, play the music.
Dun, dun,
I can
dun.
remember a time, I think we were about 14, 15, or 16. I don't know. We were walking through Stockton town. I don't know if you were there that day, right? So I'm having a sound day.
Mhm.
The weather's good. I'm with my trusted friends. I'm with my peers. I'm with people who never let me down. People I would, sacrifice an arm and a leg for. So I'm walking,
Mm.
you know, as you do, thinking I'm Bow Wow with my braids, feeling good. Then all of a sudden, I feel this weird breeze. I'm thinking, a breeze? Why do I feel a breeze? Only to realize that someone thought it would be a good idea to ruin my day by kegging me, right? So I feel this breeze. I'm thinking, what has just happened? Like, where's this breeze coming from? And I tell you what, in that moment, if you've ever been kegged, for anyone that doesn't know what kegged means, right? That is when someone just decides to pull your pants down.
To unpant you, yeah.
Yeah,
It's, we used
yeah.
to do that quite a lot when we were kids, and yeah, I hope it's not a trend that is still carried on these days. But it was brutal, man.
So yeah, it was a brutal day. So I'm thinking, right, where's this breeze coming from? Then I see my pants are shackled down to my ankles. Then even this moment, honestly, I felt like Neo in the Matrix when everything slows down. I felt like time slowed down. And get this, which way do I bend down?
Hmm.
Like, which way do I bend down to make sure I'm not exposing my front or back? You know what I mean? How do I pull my pants up? Because that's the only thing I'm thinking. Because if I go with a straight arm down,
Hmm.
there could be someone behind me.
Yeah,
There could be
vulnerable,
someone
man.
behind me that's a very, very vulnerable position. Someone behind me. So yeah, I just wanted to get swallowed up into a hole at that point. I can remember just like quickly just
Yeah.
feeling the embarrassment.
Hmm.
But I think as kids, like you said, it's something we just done as a laugh, um, and just went about a day.
Yeah.
But as you're an adult, it still haunts you. You're just
Yeah, you're like,
thinking,
well, who's seen?
yeah, you're
Was it a
thinking,
cold day? What's going on?
yeah, you're thinking, was it a cold day? You know, who's seen? And if I, you know, what did I expose? You know, stuff like that. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was a mad day.
Yeah. Yeah. Being young and getting kegged, this the most vulnerable position that you can be in. Speaking of kegs, I think I've got a memory of you, and I think I've watched this. So we were in school, and you and your class were doing the long jump,
God,
and a mutual friend of ours, we should not name, as he was getting to do his run up to go do the long jump. I remember you.
bro, you're telling me I was part of this.
Yeah, yeah, you got it as well as you gave it. So
Look,
the Shikama.
sometime, did you see the Dark Knight movie when he's like in that cave and he climbing up? That was me trying to get back every bit of dignity I had for that moment. Like
Yeah,
it had
wow.
to be done. But yeah, I think, like you said, kids, they probably do it now. Sometimes, do you ever think to yourself, like, do people still do that? But then you think, yeah, like, what is
Oh,
stopping them to do what they did then, doing it now?
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so I thought I would just start with a bit of a humor,
Not
before
from
we,
my end though.
yeah, I think yours literally, yeah. I could
we
hear,
can
look,
uh,
we
we
need
can
a
cut
little,
that one
we
out.
need a little violin there.
Yeah, you said embarrassing, didn't say funny. That still haunts me, man.
But no, no. Look, do I say thank you for sharing, or do I need to refer you to someone?
Yeah, I might have to might have
Oh,
to speak about it to someone in a
yeah.
way deeper.
But do you know what happens now? Let me just check. Like, do you know what really
I
happens?
think so. I think so. I've created a child myself, so
Oh, yeah.
I think I've got
So, yeah, yeah. But anyway, let's move on to the next topic.
Mhm.
This is an interesting one. So we're going to be talking about obviously what life is like becoming a dad.
Mhm.
There's the chaos, there's the calm,
Mhm.
then there's the learning curve.
Yeah.
So yeah, what surprised you the most when you first became a dad?
The thing that surprised me the most was this does not stop. I feel like you can prepare for being a dad. You can read all the books, you can watch all the videos and try to know how to be a dad and look after something, but I don't know. Because I don't think you've ever done anything in your life as long or as consistent as being a father. I feel like anything you've done previously in your life, there's been an end point,
Nah,
or
yeah,
you've been like bad at it, you've tried to get good at it, and then it's fell off and stuff. But I think with being a dad, it is a constant, daily, 24/7 thing until the end of life.
yeah,
So I think, yeah, the thing that took me by surprise is how consistent you have to be. Um, and yeah, it can be challenging, but honestly, I always say being a parent or being a dad is the most challenging yet rewarding thing, like all mixed in one bundle. So as hard as it is, it's got its good times. But yeah.
yeah. I must agree. I think my thought was, I think when we first took the twins home, then they were explaining to us the feeding routine. I think they were
Mhm.
just because they weren't preterm, but the weight was a bit low,
Mhm.
so they were on quite a stricter feeding routine. And I'm thinking to myself, so you're telling me we have to get up every 3 hours or so and feed them around the clock?
Yeah, that was. We had to the feeding thing. I remember we still found it the other day. We had a book which we had to like write in when we fed him, just because any new parents will agree, or anyone who's like had like a child, you saw, don't know what's the word I'm looking for, but like you saw sleep deprived,
Yeah,
and you saw like in this survival bubble that
yeah,
like we used to forget, so we used to just feed it, and then kind of we had to write down the times, so we made sure like in 3 or 4 hours time we like fed him again, because especially with your first one, you're like, if I don't feed it, it's it's not gonna survive. But
yeah.
yeah, that was surprising for me too, like how on schedule you need to be with everything.
Yeah, I feel like we were literally on the clock every three
Mhm.
hours. I think at one point, because they were born in summer, at one point our little milk making thing, I forgot the name. I'm glad I forgot the name because I don't want everyone to hear it. Timed out because it got too hot. Because
Oh,
we're just
use it that
whacking it,
much,
yeah,
yeah.
whacking it all
Mhm.
around the clock.
Yeah.
Then I was thinking to myself, I think we're like at least 3 days in, sleep
Mm.
deprived, barely getting any sleep. And I'm thinking, well, no one told me that I would be getting no sleep. Like, if I had known that, I would have napped, took advantage of all the naps I
All the
could have,
times, yeah.
all the sleeping in, staying in
Mhm.
bed, knowing that this is never going to happen
I
again.
know, I know.
Enjoy it. But
What even is sleep?
I know, but like I said, the hard parts outweigh, your family and the positive things that that they bring. So yeah, next question: what's the hardest part? I know we've already touched on it that no one warned you about.
Of being a parent.
Yeah.
We've covered the sleep thing. I think that the other thing, which I think is like I was going to say in the previous thing, but I definitely don't miss sterilizing every bloody thing that touches that child, whether it's a bottle or it's a dummy, stuff like that. So I think you need to like relearn how to live and how to like stay hygienic and keep everything so clean. Um, I think they say it gets easier when you have like your second child because you realize that they do end up just surviving anyway. But I think with your first one, it was just so hard. Like I
You're
said,
learning. You're just
bro,
learning.
like feeding it, then having to straight away sterilize a bottle, and anything falls on the floor, you got to clean it. So yeah, that was quite a thing that I was unaware of. But yeah.
So do you think, obviously, our upbringings are totally different?
Hmm.
And look, first of all, they're in a totally different country
Yeah.
than we were,
Hmm.
for starters. Obviously, Zimbabwe, or should I say Zimbabwe, before I get flamed for adding, adding, Zimbabwe. Yeah,
Mispronouncing.
yeah, it's totally different to England.
Hmm.
So personally, I feel like they're living like kings and queens, like they're having the best life any child could ever wish
Hmm.
for. So, with that, do you think you're raising them differently to how you were raised?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I must say, like, yeah, in terms of maybe the love from the parents, yeah, obviously I was too young to remember, but I can imagine my parents loved me. But in terms of what we have, especially at this level of like 3, 4, when they start like realizing what they have and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my child, and I'm sure yours are too, that like you say, they live like royalty. So in terms of that, where you're providing them a lot more, yes. And I think the other sense is the whole era of gentle parenting. I think
Yeah.
we can both agree that terminology did not even exist
Yeah.
back then, also in our home countries. So yeah, I think just trying to deal with them a lot more gentler, kind of like listening to the feelings. I don't know whether it was kind of maybe my close circle or whether it's culturally like that. But what I've noticed, like in Iran and maybe some other countries, is kids are kind of like little side characters. Like like the adults are kind of always doing the things. I mean, if you're a kid, you're just a child, you're just a kid.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like that's proper flipped, or maybe like now having my own child is like that child is the main
Yeah.
character.
They're the mate. Yeah.
We're the main guy. We're the little servants and side characters looking after them. So that's obviously quite
Change.
contrasting. So yeah, it's definitely very different how I'm raising my child to what our experience or how I've seen other people raise their child back at home.
No, no, you're right. I do get that the main character thing because
Mhm.
growing up, I wouldn't say I was like I say the kids dictate when to eat, what they eat,
Mhm.
bedtime. But as a kid, we didn't get no of that.
Nah.
We didn't have that luxury to be able to. I don't want to eat that.
No.
You know, we had none of that. It
No.
was like this is what you're eating, this is what you're wearing, and even to touch on that, like the shoes. Back in my, I don't know about Iranian parents, but certainly African parents, where we would go to the shops.
Mhm.
I mean, early days we would be in town, Stockton town, with our carrier bags. I don't know why, or our black bin bag. I don't know why no one told us that black bin bags are for the bin only, right? They're for the bin only. We
Mhm.
should have had like you know how we have an induction when you arrive in the
Yeah.
UK.
Induction to life in the
Yeah,
UK.
have a quick
Mhm.
induction to life in the UK, do's and don'ts, just so you don't embarrass yourself.
Yeah.
So we walked in town, black bin bags, with the biggest smile on my face, like just loving life.
Like you've made it.
Yeah. Then we go to the shop. I think it was Shoe Zone. I forgot the name of it. Then you go in there. You're excited to get new trainers.
Mhm.
Like our kids now, they get to pick what trainers they want. The nice
Mm.
trainers. Back in the day, you'd walk in the shop. Your parents would say, "Oh, that's a decent price," but you're thinking, "I'm not that size, Dad. That's not my
Yeah.
size." Like that didn't matter because it's if your size
Yeah.
5 and that shoe says a 7, you're
Mhm.
getting that
Yeah, of course.
because
You'll eventually be a 7.
yeah, eventually be a 7. They're forward thinking.
Yeah.
You go home, stuff it with tissues and stuff. That would just make up the gap, and you're good to go.
That I remember I did that for one or 2 full years in secondary school. Um, got some shoes that were definitely way too big for me, and I used to put cloths in the front of them just so they could fit my feet and so they wouldn't slide off or get blisters because with them school shoes
Oh yeah,
fucking,
you,
especially the shoe zone ones that were like they were so stiff.
yeah.
Um,
They were not. I don't know what they make shoes with it now, but it wasn't available back then. But yeah, I remember there was a time even like yeah, I was thinking to myself, this shoe, the shoe was heavy
mhm.
in itself, and I'm thinking I'm gonna get laughed at here because you look like you're wearing clown feet, and you get to school and you just get. And again, going back to school, the brands thing, like no one gave
Oh,
me induction that you don't buy Umbro,
don't buy Umbro, don't
uh,
buy Gola.
you don't buy Gola, and what was that other one?
The Diodora.
Diodora.
The thing is, they all made a comeback. I know little hipsters or little influencers that wear like Gola shoes or Diodora. I'm sure is back, but back then,
Oh, you
you
would get
didn't.
flame.
Yeah,
I wish right we could go back in time and be like, see, I do know fashion.
yeah.
You
We
know,
were just ahead of our time, man.
yeah,
People couldn't see it.
yeah. I think yeah, we should see it as a being ahead of our time. Well, actually, we could have been from the future, or we
Mm.
know, like
Hmm.
pretty much, rather than being flamed for wearing Diodora and Umbro. Like,
Yeah, the brand things were crazy. Like, remember in school, if you weren't wearing Nike, Adidas, Reebok, you were getting grilled for anything else other than them three. Then if you were like really had the big money, obviously you had the
Yeah, yeah,
Berghaus and the Helly
yeah.
Hansen jackets and stuff like that. But
I think
yeah, it's nuts, isn't it?
I remember it come to. I think there was a certain point where we were wanting those clothes
Yeah,
to fit in,
yeah,
um, but yeah, we wanted to fit in not because we were trying to. Again, fitting in for us would reduce being the bullying or the
hmm
getting tortured bit side of things. So it was kind of like we wanted the clothes, but we also didn't have enough money because no one
yeah.
can justify paying 100 and something
Yeah,
for
I'm sure it
trainers
was
and 100.
£150 for Helly Hansen jacket. I remember telling my mum once, and he was like, "You can have like 5 jackets for that price." I was like,
You're there wanting a bag house. They say there's a bag house at
"Yeah,
home.
yeah, we've got a burger.
What do you mean
It's
bag
got
house?
Umbro logo on it."
We just got you Umbro. What do you mean
Yeah.
you want bag house?
In our parents' defense, though, they didn't. That's not important to them. As long as your kid's got a warm jacket to go to school, they don't
Yeah,
care.
it's
So
yeah,
it was always, sure you've experienced it as well. It was always a battle of trying to convince your parents to get you these brands
yeah,
so you felt more comfortable and fit in school. But to them, they could not justify it. That was like they were budgeting for
yeah,
other things or buying your £100 jacket. Yeah, it was long, man. It was long trying to explain to them, and it was always an ongoing battle.
yeah. I think yeah, I think look when you look back on it as adults,
Hmm
even till now, like there was, it's just a brand. But when you're a kid, yes, you can look back and be like just a brand. But when you in that moment, eesh, those feelings are real.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, that torture is real. Because I
Yeah.
remember even people asking you where do you shop, and I said, "Oh, I shop at Netto." Like with my chest. Oh yeah, I shop at Netto. Like,
Oh, Netto that's a throwback, isn't it?
oh yeah, oh god. I mean, we love Netto, but we just weren't allowed to say it, so we
Yeah.
just say something else.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Like I remember getting sent to Netto to do my shopping. And I either used to tell mum, "Can I please take a clear plastic bag or some other bag in case I get seen walking back from the shop to my house, like from someone in school carrying a Netto bag?" But
Bloody hell,
yeah,
you really had to get strategic
oh,
with
you
that.
did, you did,
We need a bloody
yeah,
a cloak, Harry Potter cloak, just in
just to do
case.
a Netto run.
Yeah, do a Netto run with a Harry Potter cloak, just in case people see you.
Yeah, it's
Like, is
nuts.
that you, Ali? Just
Yeah, not.
God, hey God.
Do we even have an equivalent of a Netto now, or are
Ah,
people, or is everyone a lot more understanding that wherever you shop, as long as you can feed yourself, that's fine.
I'd put it this right. I don't. Kids will always be kids, so I
Mm.
guarantee if it's not Netto, it's something else. Probably farm foods. Probably farm foods
Oh,
or
farm
what's
foods.
the other one? I get confused with. There's farm foods. There's Lidl,
Aldi.
and then Audi. I think it's Lidl.
Do you think Lidl is like the equivalent of our Netto back then?
Yeah, I think it's Lidl.
Even though Lidl bangs, man, the bakery section in Lidl's, yeah,
Yeah,
it's actually pretty good. So,
talking about food shop, right? I don't know about you, right?
Mm.
As an adult, I rush everywhere. I rush my food shop. I just want to get in and get out. But did you ever feel like when we did our food shop, especially going to like Lidl, it was like a day out?
Oh, definitely. Especially like I used to get excited going food shopping with my parents, even though they never used to like me coming, because as soon as you got to that sweet aisle or as
Yeah,
soon as you got to the ice cream aisle, you had to like convince them to get you a bag or two, which obviously we experience with our kids now. That
yeah,
you take them there and straight away they've got five different biscuits in the basket. Oh yeah, like shopping days were fun back then.
yeah. I feel like it was like proper day out. And did you ever do the KFC family day out? I know
Oh
we
yeah,
did.
yeah, KFC, yeah, the KFC bargain buckets.
Bargain buckets and eat
Yeah.
it out for your birthday. Like, Is it is it a poverty thing? Is it coming from a low income background why we had we didn't go restaurants. We went to
hmm
KFC and had a birthday party, went to KFC and had like, special treats,
Yeah.
like
hmm
depending on what occasion it was.
Yeah. Yeah, it could have been. I feel like that was in our price range, but that was obviously still special in it. Like we
Yeah.
couldn't afford fancy restaurants, bloody equivalent of Manjaros and that, even though
Yeah.
it's not even that fancy. But Yeah, I feel like back then, getting a little bag and bucket at your party, you were like, you were
Yeah,
the shit.
you felt like you were winning.
Yeah.
Did you? I know I've got a wild memory about this, but did you ever get to go swimming with the school?
Oh my god, I did. I did, yeah.
So I'll let you take the stage, share your experience. You know, it's good to share. Share yours so I can share mine.
So the first
Yeah, I want to know the first
yeah, the
time
first
because
time we pulled up at swimming, obviously swimming wasn't part of the school criteria back in Iran. So I'd say I probably didn't know how to swim. I'd been in the water. I think I went in the swimming pool once or twice, but yeah, didn't know how to swim. Came here and my mum put me in a pair of speedos. So I remember turning up to the first swimming session. All the other kids are like the long swimming shorts, and yes, I was stood there in my speedos, which I think might have got a few laughs, but yeah, I just had to do it. And then also not being able to swim. So I think most of the kids were in like the bigger pool, and I don't want to say the special kids, but the kids that
were you
probably
just were you floating in the ankle pool where the
yeah,
water doesn't
yeah,
go
yeah.
past your
I was
ankles?
in the ankle pool, and it
Yo,
took me, and that still took me. I think obviously I went to primary year 5 and 6, and I don't think I ever made it to the big pool for 2
wait,
years. I was in
wait,
the ankle
bro,
pool with my
bro,
speedos.
bro. How do I know? How do I not know this? Obviously, we weren't in the same class, so
But
you were just casually chilling,
yeah,
right? Wait, let me breathe. You were casually chilling
hmm
in the ankle pool where
hmm
it doesn't go past your ankles,
yeah,
and you never even got to make it to the big pool
no,
ever.
no. But the funny thing is, we obviously outside of school we used to go swimming, and
Yeah,
we'd always be in the big pool. I used to go at least once a fortnight with my mum and dad to the swimming pool
yeah.
in the big pool. But then when I used to in school try to convince my teachers, be like, "Look, I know how to be in the big pool." They're like, "Nah, like we still need to like make sure you can do the swimming, this and that." So
Bro, they just didn't trust you. They had
yeah,
zero faith in you.
the sponsor, I think it was the speedos, man. They seen that one look at those, and they were like, "Yeah, all the
Bro,
gear, no idea." And did you just have to wear when you were in school? Did you have to wear the little caps as well?
bro, those
Yeah.
caps felt like they were strangling my brain. Right, let me give you my story.
Go on.
Right. Before I begin, I just want to say any African or Iranian parents or any parents listening out there, do not buy your kid speedos. Do not buy your kid speedos for swimming.
hmm
They needs to be short,
hmm
right near the ankles.
Yeah.
Sorry, right near the
Knees.
knee. Right. Just don't do it. Right. Now that I got that out there.
Yeah, disclaimer
So
out the
my
way.
first time swimming. So this is how the conversation went with my mum. I was like, right, we're going swimming. I need some swimming, obviously. I need some swimwear. So I'm thinking, yeah, I've seen swimmers, I've seen Olympics and stuff like that. I've seen people, you know, swimming. This is what they wear. So she gets me my swimwear. I'm excited. I'm excited to show people what I can do because I knew a little bit how to swim, but I didn't know a lot. So obviously there was room for improvement, but I was ready. The gear was ready. I put my little brain strangler on. Then I'm walking out. So you know how you walk out and you all sit in a little line
Yeah, yeah.
and you wait for the instructor to come out.
Mhm.
So as I'm walking out, I'm hearing people saying he's wearing speedos.
Not you too, man. Not you too.
Yeah, me too. So people saying he's wearing speedos. I'm thinking, oh yeah, they recognize that.
Yeah,
I'm a
they think you're legit now.
like
You're
I'm
thinking, yeah,
legit.
I'm legit.
Like I'm a professional. Like I can hear fear. He's wearing speedos. Ah, oh no! Like I'm thinking it's fear. They know I haven't come to play. I take the swimming thing seriously.
Yeah.
But then someone else has come to me. It's like, why are you wearing speedos? Like I'm like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, this not a good look. So then I see they're actually laughing at me, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, this is not a good look. Like, but honestly, I got flamed, I got laughed at, And the worst part about wearing speedos, it was just, yeah, it is, yeah, I got
Yeah.
laughed at. I remember getting out the pool, dry skin. You know that water. I don't know how much chlorine they
Yeah, it's
put in
that
that water
chlorine, man.
now, but dry skin,
Mhm.
speedos on. I've got that rubber thing on my head, and
Leaves a mark across your
yeah, it
forehead.
literally leaves a mark. Just thinking to myself, when I get home, I'm gonna speak to whoever signed me up to this embarrassment. Like, why didn't our parents? Is it our parents or the government or someone give it a quick guide
Mhm.
what to do, what not to do, not just for
Yeah.
themselves but for the kids?
Yeah.
Like, how can two different Iranian and
Yeah.
African
I
both
think
be
it
slapped with speedos?
I know, I think it is the same thought process. I mean, did you have any swimming experience in school when you were back in Africa?
Just one went to the river, messed
Yeah.
around. I knew how to stay afloat, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
about it. Look, I knew how to survive. That's all I needed to do.
Yeah.
I didn't move around your eggs, doing all that dipping stuff, you know.
Doing
But
all that
eventually,
butterfly shit.
yeah, all that butterfly. Yeah.
But
Unlike you,
mhm.
I was in the big league. Okay.
Okay, yeah, did you go past the ankle pool?
Yeah, I was in
Okay,
the
you
big
made
league,
it, you
right?
made it.
But I just had my speedos on.
Yeah, I was way back on that. Yeah, but I think our parents must have, yeah, seen either some Olympics or some sort of Michael Phelps looking man, and they were like, "This is
Yeah,
my son. That's an if it's good for him, it's good for my
yeah,
son."
yeah. If it's good for him, it's good. They must have been thinking, yeah, swimming, swimwear,
Yeah, that's
speedo,
it, innit?
swimwear. You know,
Why did they sell them then if you're not supposed to wear
yeah,
them? That's what
exactly.
I don't
They were
understand.
thinking proper,
Yeah.
but apparently things are not very straightforward in the
Mm.
UK. No, swimwear does not mean swimwear. You
Yeah.
know, it can get really confusing quick.
Mhm.
But yeah, you just have to laugh. You just
Yeah, you just
have
gotta
to
firm it, don't you?
firm it, laugh with the humor, and and move on.
Mhm.
But yeah, which brings us to our next topic. With this new age, new world of AI,
Mhm.
do you ever find that you're having to constantly argue with your mom or dad or grandparents about the amount of misinformation that's coming through? Like my mum would show me something or send me something which she would believe it's real, and I'm explaining, no, it's not real, it's AI. I think it was one of them was like, I don't know, Jay-Z just got arrested, blah blah blah, this and that. It was like a fake news,
Mhm.
misinformation YouTube that literally just writes outlandish stories just for
Yeah.
people to click on.
Yeah.
Have you had this experience?
Yeah, there's been a number of times where I've gotten to see my mum and dad, and I think it's probably my dad because he browses the net a bit more on the
Yeah.
socials, and he'll pull up videos, like, "Come sit here," and he'll show me with like such excitement, whether it's a good thing or bad thing, but like he just dying to show me, and I'll one look at it, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's definitely AI, man," and it's mainly like because now there's loads of AI videos where it's pretended to be taken from a CCTV or a door. What's it called? A ring doorbell.
Ring door, yeah. Oh,
They're
I've
the
seen
worst
them
ones
ones.
because other ones you can kind of tell, but when it's from them, obviously it must be true. Like who's AI in a CCTV? So they're the ones that get my dad the most. Whether it's like I don't know, a street fight or a street attack or a dog attack. I don't know, something mad. It's always something crazy. But
Yeah,
yeah.
I think I've seen one. You probably seen these. I don't. They're obsessed with making them. It's the one when the weird animal gets in bed with the parent, and it's outlandish. Or I've seen one where the cat comes to the ring doorbell, someone answers, and they start having a scrap.
Oh yeah, there's so many they're the ones that they're so crazy, man. But yeah, the day and age of AI, I have been pretty outspoken, like even on my own page about this.
Oh, I've
AI
seen that.
it is so crazy, and like the best quote I heard from it was someone said AI is so kind of ripe nowadays that we're going to get to a point where we're either going to believe everything or
Yeah,
we're not going to believe anything, which either one of them is as scary as each other because how do you find legitimacy in anything that you watch? How are you supposed to like gather your information or seek evidence through like a world event that's happened without thinking, oh, okay, well that's a bit is that AI altered? Is it not? So yeah, I think it is quite a scary time. We're a bit wise to it, but like you say, our parents or on the other scale, like our kids growing up,
Yeah,
seeing things which are definitely not real, but they don't have any like sort of concept of it. So yeah, it's a pretty
yeah.
scary time at the moment.
I must say, I don't know about yours, but the twins, they love their iPads.
Mm.
They've got this little dinosaurs. They're asking me, like, what is this dinosaur, daddy? And in my face, I don't know. So I quickly just go to Google,
Yeah.
put that Gemini on, put it
Mhm.
on video. Then I say, look, just ask AI, they'll let you know.
Yeah.
I wish I hadn't done that. So now every time they get a dinosaur, the daddy, can you ask AI? I
Yeah.
said, "Oh, I'm busy right now." I said, "No, it's not you I want. I want your phone. Can I ask AI? Like, pass your phone. I don't
Wow.
care about you.
Yeah.
Let me chat to
Let me
AI."
ask Mr. ChatGPT.
And sometimes when I don't know things, they'll be like, "Oh, are you still learning, Daddy? You don't know that. Are you still
Yeah.
learning?"
Mr. Gemini knows
Yeah, I
that.
said, "Yeah, I'm still learning, unfortunately." They'll be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay, just ask AI if you don't know."
Oh my god. Yeah, it's it's got some sort of, I think there is some good parts to it where if used properly. Like for example, that what you just did was a good thing. If you're unsure about something, you take a
Yeah,
photo or a video of it and it explains to you what it is. But then as a parent, does that leave you any room
to
to lie
parent.
to your kids? Not lie, but do the way like you
You
don't want to
say
tell them the
something,
truth, but they
then
don't
they
believe
ask
you.
AI.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Like I remember like growing up until the age of maybe like maybe not 18, but yeah, like, even to late teens, like what my parents told me were gospel. I trusted them, believed them with my
yeah.
whole life. Anything, if you had a question, you ask your parents, and through their experience, if they told you the answer, this is how something works, you knew it. But I feel like nowadays, yeah, they're not going to believe you because
Yeah, they've got this too. They can ask
yeah,
questions
yeah,
because that's true. Because I was thinking truth wasn't as distorted until now because of the technology we
hmm
got. Back in the day, you knew you would go to certain people with certain knowledge for certain questions, or there'd be that one uncle who knew everything, who
yeah,
who just knew loads of comes out with random facts. Those people.
hmm
But now it's like the news would tell you the actual news rather than distort,
yeah,
where it's just no one trusts the news. There's a lot
hmm
of clickbait.
yeah,
There's also AI in there, but
hmm
again, obviously I feel like I know your stance on AI, but with my role and things I do, there's a big benefit of AI,
yeah,
of what it can do.
hmm
you know, I should be worried AI might take my job, but AI is not going to be replacing your job anytime soon. You're
yeah,
good.
yeah. But there is different aspects of AI. So talking about how it helps with your job, and I know like through speaking to my clients, some friends, even my like partner and stuff, when you're dealing with a large number of like words or trying to like fill out documents or you need answers to questions quickly or summarizing stuff, it's very handy. It saves you time. You don't need to read a 10-page article. You just ask AI to summarize it and
Yeah,
stuff. Totally makes sense. It's a tool that's been made to make our life easier. That's how we've evolved through
yeah,
evolution, by creating things that make our life easier, saves us time so we can get on with other stuff. I think my stance on it is the visual al-
yeah,
alterations of AI, whether it's like an AI generated image, which again, AI is never going to take my job, but there is a lot of artists which can produce you a design like that by just putting a prompt into AI, and that takes out of like a creative side of the job,
yeah.
which is
Exactly.
again, it's a big thing in the industry right now. People are against AI, or there's some people who use it. But yes, I think I'm just against AI creating anything visually, because we believe a lot of things with our eyes, and whether it's like a AI made video or a photo, if it's being circulated in the internet, 60-70% of people who see it are going to believe it. So
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's got its benefits, but it's also got a lot of negatives. So
Yeah. I think it's definitely one of those things where it's still because I always think that as a community, if we have all this AI generated content, like you're saying, and misinformation, then other people in the community, especially the older generation who don't know much about AI, they can easily get misinformed.
mhm,
On the back on that, they'll be having conversations with other people, like you just said, you have a parent who will be sharing things to other people believing is true.
Yeah.
To get deeper into that, you then have a group of people where they're sharing things, believing it to be true. It'll be silly to think that currently out there isn't a demographic that is misinformed,
Mm.
right? Reading AI generated content, other people sharing on Facebook, then that if that content is targeting a specific group,
Mm.
then they go out in the community believing what that AI content
Mm.
said, and then they're targeting a specific group.
Yeah.
And I feel like you just get into it should be a conversation you can have with each other and sit down, especially when it comes to misinformation, what people believe and don't believe.
Mm.
But if we're not starting from the same point where you 100% believe what you're seeing, but what you believe is true and credible is just posts from people from your
Yeah.
Facebook, it's like, how do we then have a conversation to even rectify the information that's
Yeah.
going out?
Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause you don't have any like that you don't have a source of truth. It's
Yeah,
all just opinions of what you have seen based on what you think is true. So yeah.
but yeah, it's from my point of view, I feel like there needs to be. I know there's charities out there that do a lot of AI learning. They've got
Mm.
bite-sized courses where, yeah, I get loads of emails with different courses teaching people about AI,
Yeah.
how to spot it,
Yeah.
how
But
to navigate safely online.
that's really good. I think someone mentioned to me that it's something that they're either already implemented or they're bringing into even schools to be able to like teach kids how to differentiate what's AI online.
Yeah,
But then on the other end, AI is evolving and getting so much better that then no, how
yeah,
can you tell? Like right now, we can tell because there's like a certain way of someone's mouth moves or
yeah.
they've always got six fingers. But when it gets so good in like 5 years' time,
It's going to be hard.
so it's I think we're at the stage where I think we're at a kind of a tipping point where like we either need to put a stop to mainly maybe even like it creating anything visually. We either need to put a full stop to that,
Or
or if it gets any better, there is no stopping it. Like
yeah,
it's either stop now or forever be a slave to trying to find out like what's
what
real and
what's real?
what's true. But
Yeah,
yeah,
because
it's
I think if for it, like you said, it can be used for good. It can be used for bad. For bad,
mhm,
it kind of needs like a community-led approach in the learning. But then again, it comes to the lawmakers to make sure the laws they're passing don't let it just
yeah.
free flow. Because at the moment, you have so many different AI companies. I
Hmm.
mean,
Oh,
there is so many
new apps every time. Like
new apps every time. I'm thinking, like is no one just vetting these? Everyone just
yeah.
making their own
Hmm.
apps?
Hmm. My only suggestion of a solution, which I don't even know how it
Yeah,
would work right.
like
Let's hear
wait. Let's President Benny. Let's hear your suggestion, please.
Nah, so the only thing I was going to suggest, which, right, do you remember during COVID, right? Whoever put a post on containing the word COVID or vaccine or anything, you always got a warning underneath the picture
Oh yeah,
saying this could be lead to misinformation. Please follow the government guidelines. Blah 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 blah. Can we not create? It will actually need to be so. We need to create an AI system
th-
that runs on places like Meta, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, Twitter, X, whatever. That if anyone uploads anything visually altered by AI, that it can detect it and it can just so you can make your shit. Sorry, you can make your content,
yeah,
post it, but you will have a warning at the bottom that this is being AI altered, so it may not be 100% true. I
yeah.
think Instagram has something where if you're uploading something which is AI, you can click a button to say this is AI. But obviously, people who are trying to spread misinformation don't want people
Yeah,
to
of
know it's
course.
AI.
Look. Of course, they know. Why do you think Instagram put it on Meta put it on there? Do you know how many lawsuits they're under? Of course,
Mm,
they're going to put. We're leaving it up to the user to make sure
yeah.
they tick as AI.
Mm,
Then they just, their hands are not tied into it. They just,
yeah. Devs
oh
on their
no, the
part.
users get to say this is AI. We're making the user because we could get it wrong.
Yeah.
But like I said, Mr. President, that is a good point.
Thank you, sir.
We would love to do that.
Hmm.
I will speak to my lawmakers and making
Yeah.
sure that is done.
Yeah, speak to Trump or Musk,
Oh yeah,
whoever you've got on
speak
speed dial.
whichever person we can get hold of and sorry. But no, I think we can talk all day about
Oh
AI.
yeah,
It's one of those topics where you can go on and on and on. But just to wrap it up, thank you for coming on again.
thanks for having me, man.
It's always a great catch up. And again, the conversations. It's really good to get these conversations out there, to get other people talking, to get other people thinking. And yeah, just to know what other people think of the world.
Definitely.
Yeah, so if you enjoyed this conversation, give us a follow. We're on Spotify, and peace.